In this video, we're going to find an angle between 0 and 2 pi radians that is coterminal with negative 3 pi. So before we get too carried away in this problem, let's go ahead and talk about what it means to be coterminal. If you kind of break down that word into two parts, co and terminal, terminal means ending, of course, and co means they would be ending in the same place or together. What we're interested in is we're interested in an angle that ends in the same place as negative 3 pi, but is in between 0 and 2 pi. And the reason this works is because these angles are always going to be interpreted on a circle. And so every full revolution around the circle is 2 pi radians. And so what we're going to do in this problem is we're going to find something that ends in the same place as negative 3 pi. But to achieve that, we're going to add a whole circle or a whole revolution around. And we're going to do that until we end up with a value between 0 and 2 pi. So like I said, a whole revolution is 2 pi. So ultimately what we're going to do is we're just going to say negative 3 pi plus a whole circle, 2 pi, and we're going to see where we end up. So negative 3 plus 2 is just going to leave us with negative pi. So after your first step or your first iteration, you say, okay, is negative pi between 0 and 2 pi radians? And the answer is no. So we're going to do it again. We're going to take negative pi, and we're going to add another whole circle or another whole revolution to that. So negative pi plus 2 pi is going to leave us with positive pi. So now we want to ask ourselves, is pi between 0 and 2 pi? And the answer is yes. In fact, it's right in the middle of those two. So in general, if you're looking for something and you want to find a coterminal angle, you just want something that ends in the same spot, interpreted on a circle. And so if it's going to be a negative value, you're going to add 2 pi, or you're going to add revolutions to get between 0 and 2 pi. If it's something that's above 2 pi, then we would just subtract 2 pi until we run into an answer that's between 0 and 2 pi. And you just keep going, you keep adding or subtracting 2 pi's until you end up with something that is in between those values.